Hello everyone, I am Nishika and you are watching the Law Informants channel. In this video, I will be discussing about citizenship. So let's get started with the video. Basically, there are some articles that is from Article 5 to 11 which are given in the Indian Constitution, and also there is a Special Citizenship Act 1955 by the Indian Parliament. Let's start with our introduction first. That is, the population of a state is divided into two classes, alien and citizens. Citizen. A citizen of a given state is a person who enjoys full membership of a political community or state. Article 5 speaks about the citizenship of India at the commencement of the Constitution on November 26, 1949. Article 11 gave powers to the Parliament of India to regulate the right of citizenship by law. Now let's start with our Article 5, which is the citizenship at the commencement of Indian Constitution. At the commencement of this constitution, every person who has his domicile in the territory of India and who was born in the territory of India, or either of whose parents was born in the territory of India, or who has been ordinarily resident in the territory of India for not less than 5 years immediately preceding such commencement shall be a citizen of India. Article 6 speaks about the rights of citizenship of certain persons who have migrated to India from Pakistan. Notwithstanding anything, in Article 5, a person who has migrated to the territory of India from the territory that is now included in Pakistan shall be deemed to be a citizen of India at the commencement of this constitution, but only if the conditions are fulfilled, that is, he or either of his parents or any of his grandparents was born in India, which is defined in the Government of India Act 1935. Secondly, in the case where such person has so migrated before the 19th day of July 1948, he has been ordinarily resident in the territory of India since the date of his migration, or in the case where such person has so migrated on or after the 19th day of July. Please remember the date, that is 19th day of July, because in this article this date is very important. So it says he has been registered as a citizen of India by an officer appointed in that behalf by the government of the Dominion of India on an application made by him, therefore, to such officer before the commencement of this constitution in the form and manner prescribed by that government. Article 7 deals with the rights of citizenship of certain migrants to Pakistan. Notwithstanding anything in Article 5 and 6, a person who has after the first day of March 1947 migrated from the territory of India to the territory now included in Pakistan shall not be deemed to be a citizen of India, provided that nothing in this article shall apply to a person who, after having so migrated to the territory now included in Pakistan, has returned to the territory of India under a permit for resettlement or permanent return issued by the authority of every such person shall, for the purpose of clause B of Article 6, be deemed to have migrated to the territory of India after the 19th day of July 1948. Remember 19th day of July, remember this date again and again I am saying. Article 8 deals with the rights of citizenship of certain persons of Indian origin residing outside the India. Notwithstanding anything contained in Article 5, any person who or either of whose parents or any of whose grandparents was born in India as defined in the Government of India Act 1935 and who is ordinarily residing in any country outside India so as defined shall be deemed to be a citizen of India if he has been registered as a citizen of India by the diplomatic or representative of India in the country where he is for the time being residing on an application made by him, therefore, to such diplomatic representative, whether before or after the commencement of this constitution. Now we will be discussing Article 9, which will talks about persons voluntarily acquiring citizenship of a foreign state not to be citizens. Now, no person shall be a citizen of India by virtue of Article 5 or be deemed to be a citizen of India by virtue of Article 6 or 8 if he has voluntarily acquired the citizenship of any foreign state. Article 10 deals with continuance of rights of citizenship. Every person who is or is deemed to be a citizen of India under any of the foregoing provisions of this part shall, subject to the provisions of any law that may be made by Parliament, continue to be such citizen. Article 11. Parliament to regulate the right of citizenship by law. This is the last article we will be discussing, and I hope you are clear with all the articles we discussed earlier. So, nothing in the foregoing provisions of this part shall derogate from the power of Parliament to make any provision with respect to the acquisition and termination of citizenship and all other matters relating to citizenship. Now we will be discussing some important points which are related to citizenship. First point is, aside from above articles of the Constitution, citizenship is likewise profoundly associated with the Citizenship Act, which is passed by the Indian Parliament in 1955. Next, Citizenship Act 1955 talks about the citizenship of India after the beginning of the Constitution. It is a demonstration to accommodate the procurement and end of Indian citizenship. Next, the enactment identified with this matter is the Citizenship Act 1955, which has been changed by the Citizenship Amendment Act 1986, the Citizenship Amendment Act 1992, Citizenship Amendment Act 2003, Citizenship Amendment Act 2005, and the last one is Citizenship Amendment Act 2019. And of Indian citizenship according to Citizenship Act 1955, one can lose citizenship of India in three ways, that is renunciation, termination or deprivation. People domiciled in the area of India as on 26 November 1949 consequently became Indian residents by goodness of the activity of the applicable arrangements of Indian Constitution coming into power. Any individual brought into the world in India on or after 26 January 1950, yet before the beginning of 1986 Act on 1 July 1987 is a resident of India by birth. Those brought into the world in India on or after 3 December 2004 are viewed as residents of India just if both of their folks are resident of India, or on the off chance that one parent is a resident of India and the other is definitely not an illegal migrant at the hour of their introduction to the world. Next, Article 9 of the Indian Constitution says that an individual who deliberately secures citizenship of some other nation is not, at this point, an Indian resident. Additionally, as indicated by the Passports Act, an individual needs to give up his Indian identification in the event that he secures citizenship of another country. It is a culpable offense. It is a culpable offense under the demonstration on the off chance that he neglects to give up the visa. Abroad citizen of India and OCI card is for far off nationals who were qualified to turn into a resident of India on 26/1/1950 or was a resident of India on or after that date. Abroad Indian card, another bill is forthcoming in Parliament, that is the Citizenship Amendment Bill, which is coming in Parliament, which while PIO card holders don't need a different visa and can enter India with various passage offers for a very long time. The OCI card is numerous sections, multi-region deep rooted visa for visiting India. OCI card holders have equality with non-occupant Indians in regard of monetary and instructive issue besides in obtaining farming area. Next point is OCI is not double citizenship. We can't say that OCI is double citizenship and there are no democratic rights for an OCI card holder. Last point is the President of India is named the principal citizen of India. I hope you like the video and thank you for watching. Subscribe to the channel for more updates and stay tuned for more information. To know more about the law informants, click on the link given in the description box. Thank you.